Hey guys, so today I'm going to give you my three top tips of traveling whilst working or working whilst traveling. So, where I came up with these from was there's a guy on our team who was heading to Thailand. We have a company where we hire tutors who work with us full time and they teach kids back in the UK and they can work wherever they want in the UK, around the world, sorry, as long as they're working 4 till 9 p.m. UK time. And so one of them was heading off to Thailand and wanted some advice for their first journey whilst working and traveling. So I came up with my top three tips to make sure that their travel didn't have an effect or an impact on their work. And that's kind of the one rule we have in our company is we love and want people to travel as much as possible on the one condition that we would never be able to know. And so how can you go about doing that? And the reason I'm talking about this today is I've just landed in Sarajevo, so that's Bosnia, having flown in from, I left Bali, God, like 3 days ago now. And travel takes its toll. Like I'm jet lagged like crazy. It's 5:15 local time, but in my head it's like midnight. Haven't slept well for a few days. And so aside from that, jet lag isn't one of the things I wanted to cover. So, top three tips. One, make sure wherever you're going to be working has an adequate space for you to do your work and adequate Wi-Fi speeds. So if you're a single or a solo traveler, normally just check that the place you're staying has a desk in your room. If there are two of you, so Millie and I travel together, we need at least one desk in the bedroom and at least a kitchen table. Preferably a two-bed place is better so that we don't interrupt each other if we're both on a call and one of us needs to make food or something like that. So that's the first one. Make sure you have ample space to do your work and message ahead of time for what Wi-Fi speeds are. Around the world there are different standards. So like in Asia, at least Indonesia, Thailand, that sort of stuff, you will regularly come across places that will have a gigabyte a second, which is insanely fast. Whereas in England, not great. Actually, England's is like okay on average, but we've just had a team member go to Colombia. No, sorry, the Caribbean. The Caribbean notoriously have really bad Wi-Fi. So ask ahead of time. Number one, ask ahead of time for your Wi-Fi speeds. Two, God, you can really see how much being tired affects mental agility. The second top tip I've got for traveling is, let me just pause and we come back to this. All right, tip number two is have a SIM, geez, have an electronic SIM sorted. Tip number two is have local data ready for the moment you land. Most airports now you can get an eSIM or a physical SIM for like a touristy thing where you turn up to different places. Super helpful to get at the moment you step off the plane. There are loads of eSIM apps. Millie uses Airalo, and I have a physical SIM with a company called Felix. Found it in Australia, and they have an amazing deal where I think it's 20 Aussie dollars, that's about £10, and I get like 2.5 gig of data, but it's usable in like 40 different countries, and there's no time limit on that. It's just a fixed amount of data. So I've been using that over the last 3 months in a few different countries, which has been super helpful. Because when you're out and about, you don't use it for an awful lot, but when you need it, it's really important. Things like Google Maps, Google Translate, stuff like that. So have a SIM card sorted before you need it. It will save you loads of time and effort. And the third one is travel on a Friday. The reason for this is it gives you time, hopefully, to arrive. You only have to take one day off work, which would be the Friday, and then you've got the entire weekend to get yourself set up wherever you are now going to be based. And what that's going to be is sorting out where are you getting your food from, where's your local gym, everything that you do for your day-to-day stuff, just getting that set up, because turning up on a Sunday night ready to start working in the next morning, if you're a normal 9 to 5 employee, I promise you it's just going to go horribly wrong, and it will compromise your output of your work. So if you do have a normal Monday to Friday job, get there beforehand so that you've got time to set up and plan for what life's going to be like in this new space. And pro tip, if you have friends there or you're going back to a place you've already been before, that saves a massive mental headache. So every time we go back to Bali, for example, we know the areas, we know where we're staying, we have a bike delivered straight to where we're going to be. I've got the app of the gym I go to, so we just go on the app, click get pay, and there's no setup time, or very, very minimal. We get it all set up before we even arrive. So immediately you can dive straight in, and the only thing you've got to fight is jet lag. So to summarize your top 3 tips for working whilst traveling and not having it impact you. Number one, ask for Wi-Fi speeds at the place you are staying, and make sure there's an actual space for you to work that's going to be comfortable. Two, have your eSIM or local data sorted before you arrive. And 3, travel on a Friday so that you can be set up and ready to go first thing. And then bonus pro tip, as you can see from, I'm actually going to leave all these bloopers in because this, I think, really highlights the impact of acute sleep loss, that your brain function just dies. And so if you work and you're compensated for the outcomes you deliver, actually check, is it worth it? And I can tell you, for the amount I move around, it's really not, it's painful. And so moving forwards, I'm trying not to move around more than once every 2 to 3 months at minimum, to limit this transition period, because realistically it takes a good week for you to get back up to speed. So yeah, there are my thoughts. Had to get one out for today, keeping that promise to myself, staying consistent. Have a great day, guys. See you tomorrow when I'm hopefully not so mind melted. All right, peace.